Trump's annual disclosure just dropped, and the report is disturbing. The 927-page financial report just revealed that Trump made $1.4 billion in crypto in 2025. That's more than the most profitable company in the crypto industry. Since returning to office, Donald Trump has raked in $2.3 billion in profits from crypto projects, while his supporters and the American public has been left holding the bag.
There's no question. I mean, we are seeing the greatest onslaught of corruption in the history of mankind in the last 18 months.
We've never seen this level of corruption from any U.S. president. And you have to ask, what enabled it? What made it all possible? Today, we're going to break down exactly how Trump made $1.4 billion in crypto in 2025, and why this exposes the crypto industry for what it truly is: a scam to lead millions of unknowing investors to slaughter. This is Dante Cook with Bitcoin Simply. Let's go. Trump's financial disclosure just dropped and it has the internet on fire. The 927-page report shows that Donald Trump made $1.4 billion in profits from crypto projects last year. The fact that it's 927 pages should tell you everything that you need to know. Instead of working for the American people, Trump and his team executed 3,640 trades last year. And you can see how this compares to any of the last presidents in the modern era. It's not even close. When you dig into the report, what's worse than the amount of money that he made or the volume of trades that he did? The worst part is how he actually profited from it. In the first place we look is the Trump coin.
So first you have the Trump coin scam, which is just, I don't know how he got away with that. How is that even possible? The president rug pulled, the sitting president of the United States rug pulled his fans and supporters. Have you ever heard of such a thing? He created a digital asset, completely unregulated, this Trump meme coin, and told everybody to buy it. He said it's going to be the basis of the financial system, and this is an investment, all this kind of stuff. Everybody bought it. And then people that he told about it in advance sold all their coins to his fans who were buying in, and they rug pulled it. Trump and his cronies used his voters and supporters as exit liquidity after he won the presidential election to the tune of $600 million. The president of the United States scammed his supporters out of $600 million, not only off of the rug pull itself, but also making money off of every single transaction.
The president pulled in over $630 million from Trump coin, from transactions and from licensing revenue. It's ironic that he made over $600 million on a coin that's down 97.7% from when it launched in January of 2025, considering the market cap of the whole entire coin is just $400 million. After the launch, the president quickly took to Truth Social to announce to the world, winning, which we all know now was a sitting president using his influence and his power to rug pull his supporters. And I'll make one comment, because what I do think is a little misleading about this is that every news media and outlet source is saying that this is Trump doing all of this. There's no way that a dude who's 80 years old has the stamina to day trade on Robinhood, making over 10 trades a day. We all know who the real genius behind this plan was. It was Barron. Somehow a 19-year-old made $90 million last year? Yeah, okay. Back to the story. We move on from Trump coin to his next big profitable project, World Liberty Financial.
The second aspect of it is this World Liberty Financial. This is a cryptocurrency firm, and their main product is a stable coin. So they created a coin that's pegged 1-to-1 to the dollar. It's not a speculative investment. It's meant to serve as a medium of exchange. World Liberty Financial was founded by Steve Witkoff's children. So Steve Witkoff is the president's special envoy. So when we talk to Russia about the war in Ukraine, that's Steve Witkoff. He is the one going to Russia to meet with Putin and Sergei Lavrov. He is the one going to Turkey and Riyadh, meeting with our Russian counterparts. When we negotiate with Iran, directly, indirectly, it's Steve Witkoff every time, going to Switzerland, Italy, Turkey, Oman, Iran, Pakistan. He's the one going. and meeting with the Qataris, meeting with the Pakistanis, meeting with the Iranians, meeting with the Saudis, with the Emiratis. He's the one meeting with all the Israelis, the Syrians, Lebanese, meeting with all these people. Steve Witkoff's top negotiator, that guy's children founded a stablecoin company, which Trump owns a significant chunk of. As a matter of fact, Trump makes 75% of the royalties. 75% of the royalties from World Liberty go to Trump personally. And not only that, the United Arab Emirates purchased $2 billion worth of coins from World Liberty, and then they purchased a 49% stake in the company. And that equity for Trump is worth something like $57 million.
That's a rabbit hole and a can of worms that I don't even want to go down right now. The political ramifications are enormous. A token project owned by foreign adversaries and foreign allies that's being sold to the public as a means of cross-border payments and is owned by the sons of one of the U.S.'s top negotiators. This reeks of foul play. But I won't make any judgments. The crazy part about this is, with all of these connections brought up and all of these questions of foul play, Donald Trump and the president insist that there's no foul play.
But the critics say you're profiting off the presidency.
Well, you know why I'm profiting? Because the stock market's going up. Everybody's profiting. If you have a 401k, how's your 401k done? It's about up 85%. Thank you, President Trump. So we're all profiting. I'm profiting because I have a lot of money and a lot of cash, and I give it to institutions. I don't know if they know what they're doing or not, but they buy a vast array of things.
President Trump, you've been meeting with Secretary Hegseth.
The brazenness and narcissism in this clip is insane. Remember when Donald Trump said he was going to be the crypto president? Well, he actually was. He just didn't say that it was going to be at your expense. The American people were the exit liquidity. You were the capital. Since coming into office, investors have lost $2.28 billion on his crypto projects, while he's profited that exact amount on the other side. Remember the Melania coin, which launched right after the Trump coin? It had an all-time high of $13.73, but now it's less than $7. That's down 99.5%. What about DJT, the Trump Media and Technology Group? The SPAC that launched in 2024 at $79 is now down to $7.50. That's down over 90%. With every crypto project, you see the same pattern. Insiders are given equity in shares, which you aren't made aware of. The project is hyped up and promoted as the next big thing. There's a huge launch. It pumps. Retail investors come in. Insiders sell. And the people who thought that they were going to get rich quick are left holding the bag. To keep the investment going, they keep bringing up more and more projects, more and more things on the roadmap that are going to revolutionize finance, tokenization, securitization, democratization. It's all lies. It's a regulatory loophole in which crypto projects can get paid without having all the regulatory burden of a publicly traded stock and company. Crypto is a scam, and it's amazing that people in the crypto industry are now beginning to wake up, that there's a difference between Bitcoin and crypto and everything else. None of these projects actually work.
Hey everyone. We've got to stop doing token equity splits. We've just got it. It's 2026. We have hundreds of thousands of data points to support this. Nothing on a 5-year time horizon is up. Most of the stuff is down 95%. Even the best tokens that have an equity structure that have been around for a long time have hundreds of millions in revenue. They're flat. They're flat. And the reason that they're flat is because there's this imbalance. Everything about the token, from the airdrop to what you need to do to incentivize distribution partners at sexes or custodians or whatever, it's all sell pressure. And if you don't have the buy pressure of investors buying the token to offset it, it doesn't work and it's down only. This is the definition of insanity. We have run this experiment not 10 times, not 100 times, hundreds of thousands of times. I don't know what else we're looking for here. It doesn't work. Any project, no matter how good it is, there's no project that's so good that it can overcome this misalignment of incentives. It is impossible to work. It doesn't work. We need to put the nail in the coffin. This thing is done. And we're at a moment in time. You know, the future is not written here. Do we want to keep doing this? Is this fun for people? Do we want to keep running up these projects, for 6 months and then watch it go down 95%.
People are finally beginning to wake up and realize what's actually happening, that there's Bitcoin and there's everything else. Bitcoin is not crypto, contrary to everything that you've been told. It uses cryptographic signatures to secure private transactions on a blockchain, but it's not crypto. The grift, the launching of coins, the insider trading, the insider selling, the dumping, not the same. When you look at the president's strategies, though, one of the things that you can commend him for and give him credit for, that he's learned from his days in real estate, is that you never sell precious assets. He continues to make $500 million a year from his Trump real estate, and he's used that to accumulate his wealth that he has now. You never sell your assets, you borrow against it. And you, as a holder of Bitcoin, can do the same thing that Donald Trump and his family do. Never sell your Bitcoin. Borrow against your Bitcoin with Ledn, the leader in institutionally backed Bitcoin loans for individuals. Borrow against your Bitcoin at half the rate of a credit card without selling it, without getting any capital gains. Ledn's issued over $10 billion worth of loans to tens of thousands of customers all across the world since 2018. Get started with Ledn today. Use the same strategy that you see the elite using with your own stack and your own personal finances. One other thing that you notice when you look at Trump's financials is that he actually treats Bitcoin differently than anything else. When you look at his financial holdings, it shows that he owns over $50 million worth of Bitcoin and he holds it in cold storage. Well, don't listen to what they say, do what they do. Follow the plans and strategies of Donald Trump. Hold your Bitcoin in cold storage. And like him, you're not going to be doing the trading yourself. You're going to get an advisor, a coach, someone who's going to help teach you all of the right moves and strategies so that you could become sovereign. And that's why we work with the Bitcoin Way. Members of their team will help you to hold your Bitcoin in cold storage, just like the president, so that when calamity comes, you're going to be ready and you're going to be prepared. Use the link in the description to get started with the Bitcoin Way today. Remember these? The Trump Force ones? Remember they sold out and you couldn't get them anywhere? That's because he didn't sell very many of them. Reportedly, he only made 67 grand from the Trump shoes. This is a representation of a crypto project. They represent the glitz, the glamour, the shiny new object, but in the end, they ultimately offer no value other than the few people who are tricked to buying them at the beginning. Bitcoin has staying power. It's been here since 2009 as a decentralized open source project that anyone can invest into. There's no inside shareholders. There's no people to rug pull the network. And while you're being sold the next shiny object, Bitcoin looks more valuable now than it ever has. The M2 money supply just surged 250 billion in May, up to a record 23 trillion. Year to date, it's up 700 billion. The US money creation is accelerating. And before you think this is just a chart from the Twitter bros, look at the actual data from the St. Louis Fed website. You can see the impact and the effect of the money supply being printed. And this is creating inflationary problems for people everywhere across the globe. And this is why nation states are buying Bitcoin, because they know that the US financial and debt situation is getting out of hand and out of control. And they don't have any control with the US dollar. And that's why they buy Bitcoin. This is from Coinbase's CIO.
We've seen over 40 countries commit to buying Bitcoin in some fashion for their national balance sheets or other. So I'm seeing every day a deluge of new institutional investors that are interested in the asset class. So I appreciate for folks who don't have that perspective, they're looking for some grand gesture or grand event. But for those of us who have the luxury of being on the inside, all we're seeing is steady growth, even if the headlines don't match that.
Before an asset runs or drops and you're rug pulled, you're going to be the last one to know that there's a party there. And people are starting to figure that out. As Bitcoin dominance continues to rise near 60%, people are starting to understand that these other coins just aren't worth it. It's a property protocol on the internet. This isn't just me as a Bitcoin bro saying it. This is actually coming from a $1.7 trillion executive from Franklin Templeton. Bitcoin is digital property on the internet.
So for those of us who have been in this space for a long time, we are no strangers to volatility. Volatility works in both directions. And yes, we're seeing some softness now. And what's happening? Why is it happening? A lot of macro pressure. This is a frontier risk asset that's very sensitive to rates. But I like to step back and think about first principles. And why are we here? Mm-hmm. This technology allows you to put private property into the internet for the very first time. That's a big deal. And I think right now we're seeing that hot ball of money competing maybe with AI. Mm-hmm. And so maybe there's some competition between AI and crypto. That's very near term. These are very, very symbiotic technologies that are going to accelerate each other. So I hate to say it, I'm bullish.
This is property that can't be stolen, that can't be grifted away, that can't be manipulated by your sitting U.S. president. This is why it has value. And according to Glassnode, this is why the long-term hodlers are continuing to stack, and they're stacking heavy. The amount of Bitcoin that the Bitcoin OGs are held in their wallet addresses is now reaching an all-time high. This means there's more conviction than ever, not less. And if you have conviction that Bitcoin will continue to go up, then you're going to find multiple ways to acquire it. Not just buying Bitcoin through an exchange or working for it through services. You're going to acquire it through Bitcoin mining. These miners are going to continue to mine Bitcoin for you for 24 hours a day. But if you work with SaaS mining, you don't have to worry about any of the complexity of it. You give them your money, they plug a Bitcoin machine into the Bitcoin network, and it continuously works for you 24/7 around the clock. Use the QR code to get started with SaaS mining today to stack sats around the clock. This is Dante Cook with Bitcoin Simply. Happy stacking.